All right, guys. So welcome to this live session here with your host, Dre Day FX. So as we do every weekdays, we look at the indices and the metal markets. So I'm just gonna give you exactly a rundown here of what we're gonna do here, starting this year. So first of all, Happy New Year here for everyone, and so I'll tell you exactly how we're gonna do everything. So basically, we're going to be focusing on US30. So ES for anyone that is trading futures and gold. All right. So that's what we're going to be analyzing here for the upcoming weeks. And in the background here, I was working on EA here for gold specifically. So that is done. And also, I will basically provide you with the setup here on the ES, so US30. That will be the Dow Jones specifically, and gold if there's any. So we're going to be focusing on New York session specifically, and eventually I'll maybe extend it for maybe Asian. We'll see, but that will be we're going to be focusing on US, the New York session market here. So basically at 9:30, we're going to be starting to look at setups here until maybe 10, 11, maybe a little bit more, but we'll see. All right. So this is how we're going to be doing that. All right. So let's start with the news calendar as we always do. All right. So in the news here today, we have the ISM manufacturing PMI today, and we have the ISM manufacturing price. So that will be at 10 a.m. So that's about less than 45 minutes here. So let's look at the data here that we had. So last month was at 48.2. We're expecting 48.3. And for the manufacturing PMI, and for the price, it's 58.5, expecting 59 for this month, the forecast. So that's what we're going to be focusing on here. I'll also be looking at the yen because Japan and the yen pairs may affect also gold specifically. So we'll see exactly how gold is working overall. And we're going to be looking here at euro and British pound. So so if there's any high impact news, we're going to look at them here. All right. So that's perfect. Then we're going to look at my TV alert app. This is where we get the alerts. I've been working on that for a couple of weeks here, even in the holidays. So everything is done on that. So I'll show you exactly, explain you exactly how everything works. So on the TV alert app, so you have the news ticker, you have the alert ticker here, that is here, and also we have the market ticker. So I'll give you the actual real-time market movement here in the market. So as you can see, Bitcoin's at 92K. If you remember a couple of weeks ago, it was really down. So everything, the crypto market is pushing right now. Even XRP is at $2.11, all that stuff. And I put some adjustment here in regards to the layout of some options. So the journal and the clear alerts is all in the one section. And also at the bottom, you have the list of alerts. So the last alert here was at London and at Asian session. That was at 8:07 my time, PM. We're going to look to see exactly what happened here after that. And at the bottom, you have the community chat. So we have a new community section here. So if you have access to alerts from one of the members here of the TV Alert app, you're gonna have access to their chat, so you could chat with them. For example, I have my chat here. So this is my community here, and I have another community here at the bottom here. That is the Asian Sniper. So if there's if you want to talk with them and all that stuff, you want to talk about trading, you could send setups or that stuff. That'll be the community chat here that is at the bottom. And at the bottom here, you have the economic calendar. So since I'm focusing on US, I'm going to open up US here, and it's going to give me all of the upcoming news, high impact news here in the market that is provided by TradingView. So as you can see, the next one here is the PMI that I talked to you about. So that will be in about 35 minutes here that the news will be out. And the upcoming news events here for the week. So we have one tomorrow. We have one on Wednesday, and we have also Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday here. So it's going to be a jam-packed news week. All right, and finally, we're going to be looking at the indicators here that we're going to be using here on our live. All right. So first indicator here is it's called the pivot high-low edge. So give you the pivot points here in the market. So right now we're looking at gold on a 50-minute chart, and I'm gonna break down the last signal that we receive. So this is the pivot point. So you have the actual price of those pivot points here in the market. So I'll give you if we're going high or low. So as you could see, we're creating higher lows and higher highs after this market structure break here. And also, the other indicator that we have is the supply and demand zone edge. Okay, so this is the latest one that we just put out here a couple of days ago. So it's the first live that I'm doing with that indicator. So basically, giving you exactly the supply and demand zones, and this is off of the 30-minute chart. So since I'm trading on the 15, so this is the highest, the highest market structure zone that I'm going to be focusing on. And as you can see, it says zone time frame is 30, and the chart time frame is 15. And this is the supply and demand dashboard. So right now, this is the current price. So we'll see exactly if price want to go down. And as you can see, we have the supply zone here, and we have the previous break of structure that was right here that was going to the upside. And if we have a reaction off of it, we have other zones here to target here to the downside here. So if I'm waiting for a lower high to be confirmed with a pivot point. And if that's the case, we're going to be looking to maybe to go short here for this market in New York. And I could do that here for US30 here also. So let's pull up US30. So same thing here, US30, we have the demand zone, supply zone here. So price went to it here, and now it's starting to break to the downside here. So we'll see exactly in about 8 minutes how this candle will close and how the actual institutional liquidity will react off of it. So we have a point of interest here. That is the break of structure. This is this the last level here that we break to the upside. So that was a previous supply zone that was break. So this is a break of structure to the upside. So all of them here, if you see the BOS, so break of structure that is above the line, that means that that was a previous support, a supply zone. And if it's below the line, that means that that was a previous demand zone, right? Pretty straightforward here. So basically, if let's say we break to the upside and we continue going up, this supply zone will change to a breaker structure like this, and the price will be above that line. All right, pretty straightforward here to understand. So right now we it seems that we have a reaction here off of that supply zone, so we may start to go short here off of that setup. So that's pretty much the gist of it here. So we're going to be waiting for market to open here in a couple of minutes. We still have 2 minutes here before market open. And finally, I'm going to show you exactly the I will show you my platform that I'm using. So it's called Alcyon. This is my futures account with Alcyon. They're using Volumetrica for their platform with DX feed. And if you want to have more details here of Alcyon, the link is at the bottom of this live, and with my code here, DreDFX. So if you're interested here about them, you could always go on the link and make sure to put the code DreDFX at checkout. All right. All right. So it's 9:30 here. So let's see. So we had the break
order fill
upside. So we're gonna put a stop, a buy here. So we're gonna go break even here. And we're just gonna trail this trade to the upside. All right, so we're well in profit here, $400. $500. So everything is good here. So we're looking for bullishness here in the market.
Order filled.
All right. So quick scalp here. We're up $400 for now.
Order filled.
All right. So let's put my SL here. All right. Just gonna write it out here to the upside.
Order filled.
All right. So my goal here, so we just started here this this trade here. So we just got $500 here. If we go back, so I already reached my target here for the day. So I'm looking to do like $500 each and every day. So so that was done here in about 3 minutes here, guys. So
by Russell 2000 at price 2,520.6 on 15 minutes time frame and time 9 hours 33 minutes and 54 seconds.
all right, so it's still okay. All right, so we have a Russell trade here. So we're going towards that that supply zone again. If we go back here on the trading view indicator, you see clearly the reason why I got in here, guys, is because we broke that structure. We broke that supply zone here to the upside. That was the previous break of structure right here. And you were able to just keep your trade open until the next supply zone. Right now, it seems to be tapping that supply zone right now. And if that's the case, it's going to go to the upside. So let's look at the 4-hour chart just to see exactly the actual zone. So as you can see, on the 4-hour, we're still going to the upside. So I'm just going to go back here, guys, and just scalp a little bit more. Seem to be pushing to the upside again. So it's still pushing here to the upside here. Scalp another $100. So if you're doing the way that I'm doing it right now, guys, you're scalping big time here in the market. All right. So already at $700. So I'm done. So I took 3 trades, 3 wins so far. Made 700 in about, what, 7 minutes? So let me show you exactly the results here for the day. So I'm still in the Alcyon dashboard. All right, so Velmetrica dashboard. So I have 150K light account. So there was a special here over the holidays. Yeah, $79. Right now it's at 157, I think. But for 150K futures account, that's cheap. That's pretty cheap. So I just started the evaluation, and as you can see, this is what we did today. So 722. So started to create, just do a quick scalp on Friday, just to keep my account open, because the last time that I traded was last month, early December. So I just had to put a small small contract here for that. But right now, as you can see, this is today's date, January 5th. So 722, and I'm just gonna click on it so y'all can see exactly the results for today. So three wins, 3 trades, 100% win rate, 722. So that was the last trade. So that was 139. Second trade here, $89, and the first trade, that was the original position that I took, and that was at $494. So my entry was at 48,757. So 48,757. So let's go back here on. Oh, it opened the another. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I thought that was on the same page. I'm just gonna go back here. All right, so let me show you the results. Like I said here, trade activity, 722, three wins, rate 100%, and that was the first trade was right here. Second trade is right here. Third one is right here. And I was trading micros, so 10 micros. So basically, it's 1 mini, basically. The reason why I'm using the micro account is because sometimes I don't want to use a full mini to trade. Sometimes I just want to play with that. And eventually, when I'm going to be getting like a good buffer, I will increase my my lot size here for the trades. All right. So let's go back here. And let's look at, so we have a breaker structure here on the 4 hour. It's still going to the upside. And remember that 4 hour candle I started here in, that was at 9. Oh, that was at 6, sorry. So that was at 6. So at 10 o'clock, we're gonna have a new candle here that'll be coming out. But my point of interest here is I'm just gonna go back here on the 1 hour. 1 hour is still moving here. So if we go back here on, just gonna go on the 1 hour. I'm just gonna go chart and see what the chart structure is giving us. So as you can see, this is the 1 hour. So we're in a supply zone right here. So one of the reasons why I got out is that we're in a supply zone. There's some type of resistance that is being created right now, and you could clearly see there was some imbalance here off of that candle specifically at 9 o'clock. So we'll see exactly how it's gonna work out here in the long run. On the 15, we had another break of structure right here. So basically, those zones here are basically used as take profit zones also, right? So as you can see right now, it's restricting a little bit on the 15. We broke out of that structure right here. So we just passed that 1 hour structure. If we go back here on the 15, no, the 30 minutes. See, we're clearly going to the upside. All right, so it's 9:45. So we had a US30 buy, and that was so much imbalance here today. Crazy. So let's look. So we have US30, NASDAQ, S&P 500. So if we open up the pivot points here, as you see, we were basically at that point we were going up, right? Because we had some higher lows, right? High low, high low, high low. So it was giving us bullish momentum. And what we were expecting here is to price breach those previous supply zones to the upside, right? So I was able to take 3 entries, and also I'm just going to change the reason why you see another thing here, guys. The reason why you see the candle, this candle here, it's not the same length as the other one is because this is a volume candle, All right. This is the volume chart. So if you go on the candle options here, you have volume candles. All right. So it's the best way to see where is the volume based off of the currency that you're trading on, or the indices that you're trading on. All right. So on US30, if we go back here in time, you're going to see that most of the volume came in at around 9 and between 9 and 11, right? So that's the reason why, one of the reasons why I'm taking trades here based off of that info, because you want to trade with the volume, right? So same here on Wednesday last week, there was some volume right here. You have some volume right here. You could clearly see that the volume are within those time, all right? So volume right here, you have volume right here. You could go on and on and on and on. And this is when you want to trade, right? And one of the reasons we have big volume here is because this is within the time that the price is moving. So first, you just have to look at the pivot points, looking to see exactly where is the actual structure of the market. Are we creating new highs, new lower highs, new higher lows, all that stuff? And if you have a bias of where the price should be going, right? You look at the 4 hour and see exactly what that 4 hour candle is doing. And most of the time, depending exactly on the broker that you're using, sometimes you're gonna see that the time will be that 4 hour candle will start at 6, or that 4 hour candle will start at 9. All of them are Eastern Standard Time. And if you see the candle is going in one direction and you see that the market structure is going in one direction, you just have to trade the direction. That's pretty much it. So that's why I was able to take 3 entries in about a 7-minute span and make over $700. All right, and that was only with one mini, right? So imagine, and I have 150K. So imagine if I made I put 5 standards, 5 minutes. All right, so that would be times 5, so that would be $3,000. Almost times 5, yeah, 35,000. 3,500, yes. So 3,500. So, and that's the reason why I'm taking my time, just to make sure that my plan is correct. And if it's correct, I'm going to continue to trade the same way each and every day. I could trade it. I could trade every day and follow my rules and know exactly what to expect, especially with the indicators that I created. So all the creators that you're seeing here, those are created by me. So if you have any inquiries about the indicators, you can always go on the link in my description of this live. You should see a form that you could fill out if you have any questions, or you want to work with me. And also, I'm also a software engineer, so I create my own indicators. It could be MT4, MT5, or on TradingView. So as you can see, all of them are working pretty much to the T. So that's what I'm using here to take trades here. And also, I'm working on an automation here for gold, and that's going to be out here in a couple of weeks. All right, so 952. So on the 4-hour, we are still pushing. There's a small retracement here on the 4-hour. So that means that on the 15, we may have a retracement here. Exactly. So we have a retracement here. So now what we're waiting for is the actual indicator to provide us with a supply zone. So that way we're going to be starting to rate to the downside here. And if we have a supply zone, you use those previous break of structure as entries. So for example, let's say we have this a supply zone right here. Okay, let's say we have a nightly supply zone. And if we have a confirmation on a higher time frame that we're starting to go down, we're able to take those supplies, the break of structure that we had here, for entries to the downside and use those previous breaks of structure for exit to the downside. All right. So that's exactly what I did here. Is when we started to break to the upside, I use those supply zones for entries and also supply zone for exit. So the next supply zone, when I took that buy, was pretty much at this point here. So if you remember, I was at 48. Let me check the price of that entry that we had. Hold on, I'm just gonna see the entry. So that was at 48,757. 48,757. So I'm just gonna put that on the chart. $48,757. Is that it? 48,757. Yeah. So 48,757. That was right here. And at that point, what I did here is really I trailed my trade. I trailed it until it hit my trailing stop. The reason why you have to trail, and that's really important, guys. You just don't need to put an entry and just hope for the best, right? You just have to secure some profit. So I secured profit going to the upside, and if it takes my trailing, it takes my trailing, right? So that's perfect. All right, so we're going to, let me check here, 956. Don't think we're going to have another signal here. Same time, we're going to look at the automation just to see exactly what it did. All right, perfect. So yeah, so we're gonna close it out here, guys. For now, so that was a good session here. So we're going to the upside. Took some trade. Took a few trades here to the upside, and yeah, we secured profit. And you don't need to stay. You don't need to stay on the chart here, guys. all day to make money, right? So make sure that you follow your actual plan, and if the plan works and it follows your rules, you take your entry and then you just trail it, and then you get out, so on and so forth, and eventually you could increase your lots your contract size, so that way you're going to make more money with the same amount of time. So that's the thing. You need to make sure that you're able to change your you don't work for time, you work for money, right? So the more contracts you're able to add to the same position, the same trade, you're going to be able to make more money, right? So that's the gist of it, right? So that being said, guys, wish you a wonderful rest of your day. We're going to be back here tomorrow, same time, 9:15, and we're going to be looking at ES and gold. Let's look at gold. Let me check. Give me 2 seconds here. I'm just going to see exactly the gold trade. Hold on. All right, so let's look at gold. So gold went to the upside. That's exactly what I was expecting. So gold went up. We had that pivot point here to the upside. Right now we're at a supply zone right here. So if we break that supply zone, we have other supply zones here to the upside, and the next supply zone is right here. All right. So good to go. All right, guys. So have a blessed day and talk to you soon. Peace.